pocos meses atrás, en febrero, el Pacto Global anunció una nueva política en cuanto a lo que es su diseño de membresías y su recaudación de fondos entre la Oficina Central de Nueva York y las redes locales. En un primer momento causó bastante inquietud entre las empresas miembros esta nueva política que entra en vigor ahora en 2014. Queremos aprovechar su presencia aquí para dejar sentada una posición precisa de cómo va a ser esa nueva política a partir del año que viene.
Yes, well, first I'd like to have the first slide, please, on just first to give you a very quick historic view of the Global Compact and its growth pattern. We are very proud that, by and large, the Compact grows in a linear way. What changed in 2005 is that we introduced strict disclosure requirement. Accountability, very important. It's important not only for brand management, but for credibility, and also it feeds into investors. But we are growing. You see the blue things is delisting. Once the communication and progress is strictly enforced, unfortunately, up to 40% of companies that join do not stay in it. They don't stay with it. It doesn't really penetrate the DNA. It gets stuck somewhere else. Or the company gets taken over by another one, which happens is another reason, a third of them. And some go bankrupt. Quite a number, actually. But the point here really is the Compact has been on a growth path. And corporate sustainability is going global, mainstream, everywhere. The issues are becoming more material, more relevant. Investors are starting to pay really attention to these issues. Whether or not companies are ready to manage risks, whether they are resilient, whether they are efficient in terms of resources, whether they are socially sensitive, and whether they are smart enough to sense new opportunities. We have to sustain growth. Companies, participants at global and at local level demand and expect a minimum of quality support services. No initiative can flourish without support. And we from the beginning have not received a single dollar from the UN regular budget. We always depended on annual voluntary contributions. And what we always did was sending out one letter in January saying, oh, it's the year 2000 so-and-so, can you please make a voluntary annual contribution? The result was not very encouraging for many reasons, so we thought to make a little bit of a more robust approach, and now we worked out with the local networks a collaborative efforts. And I'm very proud and happy that Argentina network is part of the leading edge, and we will soon together approach the participants for voluntary contribution. The Global Compact will stay voluntary, no fee, very important. But we would urge you to take that call seriously. Why? Because otherwise we cannot grow. The network cannot grow, the global idea cannot grow. We are highly cost efficient, I believe, but in order to sustain the momentum, we need a minimum of resources. So I really want to make a call to the business participants to understand that and to think of the local network, to think of the global initiative as belonging together very closely. And as of November, December, I think we will be ready to send out a joint letter to the participants of the network, suggesting to make a voluntary annual contribution, both global and local. And we hope that more than 15% of you will reply. In the past, globally speaking, only 15% heeded the voluntary call. And so we hope that by collaborating together, we will actually increase the 15%, hopefully to 30, maybe even 40 or even 50%. Then you will rest assured, you can know that this is an investment really for the future. It will empower the local network to build the services and capacities so you get value out of it, and that the business society issues are more effectively advanced. And you can rest assured that the global ambition of becoming a transformative global movement will one day, very soon, hopefully materialize. So in short, the new fundraising will remain voluntary, but we will do it with a few networks together, and Argentina is in the front end. We will collaborate with Argentina to do collaborative, voluntary fundraising. I hope we are ready soon on that. So my call to real you is understand this. We have no public funds. We have a very tiny trust fund from some governments, but frankly, I trust business more than individual governments, because we don't want to be captured by any national interests. We don't want to. We want to be strictly global, strictly responding to the needs, and stay above national interest in a narrow sense. Very, very important. And therefore, shifting more to what some people used to call the Obama model. He has abandoned it now. You know, the many small contributions which are sufficient is for us the way to go. So I will ask you for your understanding for that. It's quite important.